Assemblyman McKeon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. On the bill, if I may.
On the bill.
Madam Speaker, I stand before this great body for the second time in about 12 months relative to asking that those in this state that earn in excess of $1 million in a calendar year be a part of the solution. When I was on my way to the Budget Committee a couple days ago, somebody kind of gave me a ribbing and said, "Oh, there goes Robin Hood." And I want you to appreciate my intention, along with my sponsors, that it has nothing to do with being in any way envious or being anything other than respectful of those who earn in excess of $1 million. I don't stand to vilify people that earn that salary range. There's enough of that going on in this state over the last year and a half relative to vilification of individuals. I stand here to celebrate those individuals, to congratulate them in the most difficult of economic environments to have the wherewithal and ability to earn in a calendar year in excess of $1 million. All that I'm asking of those 15,000 individuals, of the 8.7 million of us, is to be a part of that solution. And asking them to be a part of that solution in a way that is fair and equitable by taking sums in excess of $1 million, changing nothing for income earned up to $1 million, but in excess of $1 million, and adding an additional fee of 1.77%. That equates to about just under $1,800 for every additional $100,000 they make. Madam Speaker, I don't stand here happy about asking anyone to pay a nickel more toward taxes. But I stand here at a time that property tax rebates are 50% of what they were 2 years ago. I stand here at a time when, for 2 years, those who are disabled and who have become eligible for senior freeze have not been a part of those programs. I stand here when there's $1 billion less in the budget for schools than there were 2 years ago. I stand here where Medicaid waiver has again, unfortunately, raised the threshold to the point of 25% of the poverty level, that there's in the last 2 years over 100,000 New Jerseyans not availed of that great safety net. I stand here at a time just days after we asked a public employee earning $50,000 a year, ironically enough, to contribute $1,700 toward their benefits. Madam Speaker, the Armageddon that we'll hear of is that the millionaires will move out. Well, let me tell you, Madam Speaker, that defies both logic as well as the quantitative data. The logic is that if you're here in New Jersey and earning that sum of money, you're either doing it in availing yourselves of the markets that are located here, of whether it's the goods or services that you're involved with, or you're dealing with those who are educated here who enable you to earn that sum of money. But the fact of the matter is, Madam Speaker and my colleagues, that data shows, going back to 2004, the math doesn't lie, when the half-millionaires tax was put into place, that over the next 4 years, the number of filers in those categories increased by 78%. That's not what our experience has been, nor is that what our experience will be. Who does leave? Seniors and those who are disabled. part of the sums created through millionaires being a part of the solution will provide $65 million of tax relief to those over the age of 62 who have less than $100,000 of income relative to a direct tax credit. Frankly, many of those individuals who can, the 450,000 filers, some of whom can save as much as a couple $1,000s a year, that will make a great difference in their lives, in their ability to stay in their homes, in their ability to remain among us. So please, the answer isn't the millionaires that are going to leave. That's not going to happen. The solution are keeping and allowing the seniors who earn to be able to stay. There are arguments, Madam Speaker, that we will hear about New York City and about Pennsylvania and the differentiation, the new tax rate that's going to happen in New York that's going to be lower. Well, the fact of the matter is that New York tax rate for those who earn their money in New York or live there in the city, with the amount that they tax over $500,000, the rate is precisely the same to what we plan or propose to change it to. And in a similar way in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, as we hear, it's 10 times more. That's incorrect. In Pennsylvania, they tax on $1. It's not a graduated system. And in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, if you earn over X number of dollars, you're going to pay at an additional rate. When you add those two things up, it's precisely the same rate as New Jersey. Madam Speaker, as I stand before you, the median income of those in this state is $68,400. As I stand before you, 9.5% of us now live, 1 out of 10 almost, under the federal poverty rate. 15,000 of 8.7 million, to their credit, have thrived, notwithstanding the vicissitudes of this economic circumstance. You know, Madam Speaker, whether we're the governor or a mayor or council members or freeholders, lawmakers, we hope to aspire to characteristics of judgment, of benevolence, of righteousness, of being just and doing what is right. As I watched Morning Joe today, quite frankly, as I saw the scroll come across the bottom that said, Governor Christie says millionaire's tax, dead on arrival, boxed up, ready for that just snippet. Shame on him for not living up to the platitudes of what we're put here to do. And shame on those who will empower him to continue to do so. Madam Speaker, I move the bill.
Thank you, Assemblyman McKeon.